Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats.
You know, sometimes you just gotta get a little bit nutty. And if you're within the sound of my voice, you know what it means to get a little bit nutty because you're in the seats with once more. As always, my name is Dave Voigt, and I'm the host of this podcast where we sit down with a wide ranging variety of entertainment industry professionals and we pick their brain about current projects, state of the industry, how they got started, and so very much more in a light and conversational fashion in this audio only format. And you know, we love talking to people. And if you love listening to us talk to people, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Gives you a 5-star rating on your podcast provider of choice. We're pretty much everywhere across the board. And plus, if you can go over to our In the Seats YouTube channel, we archive all of our episodes there. So please give us a like and subscribe there as well. We'd really appreciate it. Don't hesitate to check us out on social media. Again, we're pretty much everywhere. Facebook, X, or Twitter, as it were, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky, Threads, TikTok, Tumblr, I think. There's too many. I lose track. I'm an old guy, but I still lose track. But we're at In the Seats for all sorts of fun updates, so please give us a follow. And finally, but most importantly, please don't hesitate to come by over at In the Seats, intheseats.ca for all the latest and greatest in the world of film, television, basically the moving image at large. Because guess what? If we love to watch it and write about it and talk about it, we love it all that much more when you come by and read about it and listen about it. So please do us that ultimate kindness. Come on by and pay us a visit. You know, these days in the world of content creation and the things that are going on, there's some actually pretty exciting stuff going on. Especially when you head over to the worlds of YouTube and Substack and things of the like. We get some pretty unique and wild shows happening. And, well, we stumble upon one, which is available on Substack and on YouTube now. You can subscribe from our friends over at Etch, an independent animation house and production company. It's Art Show with Captain Skinner. And each episode is about 15 or so minutes. But, I mean, the best way to describe this, it's Bob Ross on a lot of drugs with a little bit of horror element. Oh, and by the way, they're flying through space. It's pretty gonzo. And I could not stop laughing and watching this entire thing, man. It is just tons of fun. Weekly episodes drop on YouTube and Substack every Friday. And you should check it out. I had a lot of fun with it. But you should check out our conversation with the co-star and the star of the show, the one and only Skinner, artist, creator, comedian, writer. Man does a bunch of stuff for a bunch of different people. And his co-writer, creator, and director, Allen Cordell. And we got some insight into the world of Art Show with Captain Skinner. It is gloriously unhinged. And I had a big kick out of it, and I think you will too. Like I said, go look up Art Show with Captain Skinner over on YouTube and on Substack, and I'm sure you'll find it. But first, enjoy our talk with Skinner and Alan because, well, it's a pretty darn good one, and I think you'll enjoy it. We'll see you later. But I mean, obviously, guys, first off, I mean, just thank you so much for the time. And I mean, congrats on the show, man. Whose fucking fever dream was this, man? Because I watched the first 2 episodes. I've been laughing my ass off.
That makes me really happy that you're laughing. That's the goal, to try to heal the world, make things better, and laugh. It's definitely a mishmash. I'd say that I already am kind of a walking fever dream, and then Alan is like, like how can we make this like even more insane? And then he like, his editing is basic. It's like there's two characters. There's me existing, and then there's Alan's edits and the thing. It's all like it's a combined what is that? It's a Siamese fever
Yeah,
dream.
Like I said, big question,
symbiotic.
Alan. Is this man directable, or do you just kind of have to unleash him?
I would say he's directable. It every now and again he'll veer off track, but I think that's that's when you get the best moments, like Spider Meat.
Yeah, I
Love
veer
that.
off.
What made you guys want to decide on sort of going the YouTube Substack route? Because I mean, I'll fully admit, I'm a bit of a Substack neophyte. I don't know a lot. Like, what was it about the platform that kind of drew you guys in?
Well, I personally don't know much about it, but Etch, the company that produced the show, that's how they've been releasing the videos that they've been producing. So we were
Right.
just like just happy to go along with it.
Yeah, I think it's essentially, you know, the good part of having a Substack or a Patreon or something like that is that you can just continue to have a relationship with people who want to support your art. It's very independent. There's a lot of autonomy. So, you know, you're like, hey, we're putting out this weird thing, and then you don't get a bunch of notes from people who have invested, you know, money and that are just sitting around a table, you know, examining what you've done creatively and then pulling it apart in a way that where you're just like you know, I mean, it's like you have the people that invest the money usually in like say a
Yeah.
streaming service or something, and they're like they have notes, right? And then you have the people between you and then the actual creative. It's just like the whole thing is a mess. So if you can do what Etch is doing with Substack, I think that, you know, clearly they like weird stuff and they're enthusiasts. And
Mhm.
so it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like we can join forces with you because they've just been supportive. They haven't been like, what the hell is this? Like they're just like, dude, this is cool. Keep going. And we're like, okay, if you're sure.
Well, I mean, that begs the next question. I mean, like, can you script something like this, or is it just a question of kind of having bullet points, then just sort of going and riffing?
I would say it's a lot of it is bullet points. We have a theme for every episode.
Mm.
Um, and then, you know, Skinner will come prepared with the canvas with an image that he sort of laid out, like the sketch and the airbrush that represents that theme in whatever way he wants to tackle it. And then while he's painting, I'll kind of throw jokes at him to say or like guide him in different directions while he's talking.
Yeah, I also like it's like if I'm not feeling very talkative or if I kind of lose a thread because I'm actually really sometimes I'm a little preoccupied with trying to finish the painting in a timely manner.
Right.
You know, I'm like, uh-oh. This isn't very going very quickly, you know, and I'm like, oh shit. So I'll like get real quiet and try to like catch up, you know, and then Alan will be like say
I
that.
can't use any of this. You're not talking. You
Yeah,
can't.
yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, sorry, forgot. Okay, okay. Let me like, okay, what's going on? You know? And so, yeah, but it definitely has like a collaged ideas like coming together kind of a thing. Like there's bullet points, there's improv, it's a very kind of balanced mix of the chaos, I suppose.
Mhm.
How much do you guys shoot to sort of boil it down to the 14, 15, 16 minute episodes that we're getting?
It's about 2 hours per painting that I have to condense to 15 minutes. And that is the biggest challenge. It's like, what do you keep? What do you get rid of? Yeah. And it's just because there's so much good stuff that you just also have to just cut out because you can't make like an hour. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll make an hour long show.
Yeah, I mean, it's like part of me wonders like what it would be like even if we are just like doing live like a live thing with people and like doing it. It would be, I mean, would people be pumped? Would they be like, I gotta leave after an hour? This is insane, you know, like I don't know. So yeah, I mean, it's good, I think, to kind of boil it down to what it is, you know, and you know, it's like some jokes are funny to me, but they're not funny to other people.
Well, and I mean, it's such an interesting dichotomy too, because I mean, your paintings are really good, but at the same time, you're absolutely off the wall with some of the stuff that you're doing while you're making the paintings.
Yeah.
Well, I think in kind of boiling it down too, it's like I like turning it into this like chaotic stream of consciousness. You know, it's like it almost like, and then a lot of the segues like don't even, I'll like cut out the part that like connects this piece to this piece, so then it just feels like he's just like losing his mind, like randomly talking about things.
Yeah, there's definitely an aspect of what it's there is kind of like, you know, the idea is that if you're an artist, and this is my experience mostly, is that if you're an artist you're kind of constantly in this place of trying to get some kind of stability, some kind of notoriety, some kind of success so that you can continue to be creative. And it's somewhat embarrassing, and there's an existential horror to it. And the thing is with this show is that it very much reflects what it's like to have, if you do have some success, or this is a nightmare version of what the success would be like. You're alone in space, and you are forced to do this stuff, but what else would you do? What would you dig ditches? Like, no, it's just like it's this weird, like the amount of time that I spend trying to reconvince myself that the crazy struggle of being a creative person in this timeline is good and worth it, and I should keep going, and it gets pretty harrowing sometimes. And so this is a humorous kind of the humorous shadow version of the actual nightmare of it.
But I mean, having the courage to find sort of the middle ground between Bob Ross, Mystery Science Theater, and shit and fart jokes, it
Mhm.
is brave in and of itself. It's what made you try to find sort of the center ground of is that kind of how you're defining yourself as an artist?
Well, I mean, in a way, what's weird is like I think that developing like a sense of humor as sort of a coping mechanism, is like everything about my creative output is like coping with life. My creativity, my monsters, my art, the stories I write, the films I make, the weird shit, my jokes, everything is like, if I don't do this stuff, I will just languish in hell and become nothing and be depressed, and like, it's like I have to do this stuff to function. And so, I think that Alan brings a lot of like, okay, there's a little tornado over here. What are we going to do with it? You know what I mean? And so I think that like him bringing his humor and being able to, because it's like you take like there's some stuff I'm saying, and sure, it's funny, but it's also like dark, like gallows humor
Yeah, yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and so it's like you don't want to just watch an art show and be like, oh, here's this like burnt out old dude saying depressing shit. Nobody wants that, you know? And so Alan, he fixes it, makes it good, makes it nice.
But
Makes
I
it.
mean, you know what, guys? I mean, honestly, Alan Skinner. I mean, what you guys have done here, really, in my mind, is kind of crack open the skull of any creative person and sort of take a look inside. And I mean, sort of, and put on and visualize and put on screen sort of that chaos that so many of us go through. And man, it is such a fucking hoot. But boys, just congrats on this. I mean, good luck with the rest of the episodes. And guys, thank you again for the time. I appreciate this.
Thank you,
Awesome.
David.
And don't forget to visit our friends over at Bay Street Video for all your DVD, Blu-ray rental, or purchasing needs this summer, as they are still open for curbside and some mailing delivery as well. Over at 1172 Bay Street, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, you can give them a call at 416-964-9088. That's 416-964-9088. Or send them an email at baystreetvideoto@gmail.com for any of your DVD and Blu-ray needs.